What's up, everybody? It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday, April 24th. We are live at 5. I'm Paul Wontor.
I'm Beth Stevens.
And we're joined by Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
You ready for the weekend, Caitlin Moynihan?
Yeah, we got a busy weekend, don't we?
Yes, we do.
All Sondheim all the time. Speaking of Sondheim, who is today's guest, Beth?
Oh, I'm very glad he's here. Bobby Conte Thornton is here.
Ah.
Who was in Broadway's company and will be again soon, we hope. And also dropped, that's what the kids say, right, Paul? He dropped an album today along the way.
He did. He dropped an album, and we're going to hear a little bit of it. But first, let's do today's news.
Today we found out exactly how we can watch the drama discs all go down this year.
That's right. So we talked about the nominations earlier this week, soft power, etc. And now the 65th Annual Drama Desk Awards will be visible from your living room, and you can watch them in a special presentation on New York One's On Stage, which of course is usually hosted by our friend Frank DeLella. This will happen May 31st at 7:30.
Frank hosting it? I haven't read this yet. Is he
No, I don't think so, but he usually is I don't know, they haven't said, but he is the host of On Stage in normal times. And this will be on May 31st at 7:30 p.m. So you can actually see an award ceremony. I don't know how they're doing it, but it should be fun.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'm into it.
Yeah, and we have to wait a little bit longer for this reunion, but it's okay because it's still going to be fabulous, baby.
I love when you quote a song. Sister Act, the musical based on the movie. So, of course, Whoopi Goldberg was supposed to finally play Dolores Van Cartier in the musical. She, of course, created the role in the films. This is films, plural. A lot of people like Sister Act 2 more than Sister Act 1. It's actually a really controversial topic. A lot of the kids. Anyway, so it's supposed to be happening at the Eventim Apollo starting July. Wait, now what's happening? Oh, okay. So now it's not happening until next year, right?
Next summer.
Jennifer Saunders. Still happening. I know Whoopi's been working on it, but it's going to start performances July 20th, 2021. This is going to be the new thing. Long delays, right? This is the new.
It gives you time to make plans, I guess.
You know what? It's going to be worth it. It's going to be amazing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
That's the deal. You just have to wait. Calm down. Watch the movie.
Calm down.
Yeah, and National Theatre is releasing some of their starry shows for us to watch online.
Right. So, London's National Theatre, the UK's National Theatre, has a long history of filming their projects, and now they're letting us see some of them. So, Danny Boyle's production of Frankenstein and Simon Godwin's production of Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra will be available to view on the NT YouTube channel as part of National Theatre at Home. Meaning you're home, but you're watching National Theatre production. Frankenstein was filmed in 2011, featuring Benedict Cumberbatch and Johnny Lee Miller, and they alternated in the roles.
I know. I'm a little torn on this because I want to watch this one, but I don't know which one I'm supposed to prefer to watch. Will you ask Matt Wolf, please? Thank you.
I will ask our London correspondent, and I'll get back to you. Both versions will be shown, so April 30th and May 1st. You could watch both and do a compare and contrast, Paul. That's a possibility.
Well, my time is it's still precious.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, some people have a lot of time, and you can watch both. Also, Antony and Cleopatra, starring Ralph Fiennes and Tony winner Sophie Okonedo as the famous lovers, will be streamed on May 7th. So check that out on the NT YouTube channel.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, and I know that none of y'all are going out Sunday night, so you better be tuning in for this starry Sondheim celebration.
Yes. Honestly, you don't want to miss this. I'm directing this, and Raul Esparza is hosting and producing, and Mary Mitchell Campbell is the musical director, and it's a crazy guest list of amazing Sondheim performances. I can't share what's going to happen, but you're going to want to be there. It's all happening on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/BroadwayCom. You could also get right to it from our homepage. This is Sunday night, 8 p.m. A lot of people in London are flipping out because it's very late there.
Oh, I see.
Stay up all night. It will still be available after the event on our show. You can it's fine if you don't want to wait for you can just go to sleep and watch it Monday morning.
It is starry.
Don't forget, it is starry, and it's all for ASTA, which is Artists Striving to End Poverty, which is a fantastic organization, actually started by Mary Mitchell Campbell. There's too many stars to name. Not going to do it.
No.
A lot. Just a lot. It's just something you're gonna want to see this.
Yeah.
Trust me. Right, Caitlin?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be great.
You guys know some things. I've told you some things. So anyway.
We're not
Tell us more. Tell us more. Okay.
Okay, so I think we're going to be able to play a video right now. So we have a very exciting guest, one of my favorite people. He's really just a nice guy too, and a very talented guy. And I'm really bummed I haven't seen him in company yet, but we will get to hear him sing some Sondheim. So here is a little teaser of Mr. Bobby Conte Thornton's album.
The final note was... No, that's it.
All right.
Okay?
Let's see if I can get all that in this next pass.
Great.
From the top. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't. It isn't right, don't, it isn't nice. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't walk on the grass. Don't disturb the peace, don't skate on the ice. Well, I say do, I say walk on the grass, it was meant to feel. I say sail, tilt to the windmill, and if you fail, you fail. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't get out of line. When they say that then, buddy, that's a sign. 9 times out of 10, buddy, you are doing just fine. Make just a ripple, come on, be brave. This time a ripple, next time a wave. Sometimes you have to start small, climbing the tiniest wall. Maybe you're going to fall, but it's better than not starting at all. Everybody says no, everybody says stop, everybody says mustn't rock the boat, mustn't touch a thing. Everybody says don't, everybody says wait, everybody says can't fight City Hall, can't upset the court, can't laugh at the king. Well, I say try, I say laugh at the kings or they'll make you cry. Lose your poise, fall if you have to, but buddy, make a noise. Everybody says don't, everybody says can't, everybody says wait around for miracles. That's the way the world was made. I insist on miracles. If you do them, miracles, nothing to them. I say don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Yeah.
Yes! You guys, that was, of course, our exclusive fun introduction to Bobby Conte Thornton's brand new album that just released today called Along the Way. And he is, of course, our guest today for Live at 5 Home Edition, live on both Facebook and YouTube. He was recently, as we said, on the stage in the new revival of Company as PJ, taking a little break right now, but it's going to be back. He's going to be back. It's going to be fine. He previously made his Broadway debut in A Bronx Tale, and as we said, his new album is out today, so be sure to go ahead and download it and listen to it wherever you can. Follow him on social at Bobby _ Conte. Leave all of your questions down in the comments below, and please welcome Bobby and Paul.
Bobby!
That's my new name now. Hey!
How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you doing? Thank you for debuting that video. It means the world that you're spreading the word.
Of course. Here's what I got from that video.
Yes.
You're a great singer, which I already know. You look like a lot of fun in the studio.
Oh my God, so much fun.
And you look nothing like you looked like when you made this album.
That's very true. That's very true.
That's what I got.
The hair is just a little longer.
Is that actually a man bun or is that a man knot? What is that? It's a.
I don't think it's long enough to be considered a real man bun. It's a man knot, but
We'll see how long this goes.
it's definitely, you know, I have some time to grow it out right now.
Yeah. Now this album, this is a 10-piece band. Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, we got some of the best Broadway musicians ever to come in and rock out on this, and everyone said yes. It all came from James
No, says don't. I'm sorry. To my head.
Yeah.
Everybody said yes. Everybody said yes. Everybody said yes.
Everybody said yes, and I think that's my MD and arranger and co-producer on this, James Sampliner, is just an extraordinary musician and artist and guy, and I think everyone wanted to say yes to him.
That's true. They do really like him. He's sort of one of Broadway's best.
He's the best.
So where did this all come from? Let's talk about, first of all, we'll get to where you are in a minute, but let's talk about this album. So where did the idea of the album come about? Is this something you've dreamt of for a while? And you wound up with a very slick package. It's really nice. I mean, you know, people cobble together, you know, the ability to make an album, but you got sort of, this is like a really beautifully produced album. So congratulations. So
I appreciate that.
How this happened.
It's based off a solo cabaret that I do around the country that I first got asked to do in 2015. I'm from the Bay Area, as you know, San Francisco proper, and I was asked right when I graduated college to debut my show at the Fairmont San Francisco in the Venetian Room, which is this very famous, iconic room.
Why did that happen? Why was there already so much buzz around you that they were trying to book you out of school?
I tried to not tell this story, but I'll tell it. When I was in high school, there is a competition that the Venetian Room hosted each year called Bay Area Teen Idol, in which high school all around the Bay could come and sing one song, and you're voted on by a panel of judges, and the winner of that gets to be the opening act of one of the 7 Broadway cabaret singers that the room brings in. And so I sang Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen.
Wow.
And I got to open for Laura Benanti when I was a freshman in college. And then, so after that, I just there were some very generous notes, and they said, we'll give you your break and you can debut your own show when you finish school. So it's been a 5-year journey of anytime I've had time away from doing a show or I have a hiatus for anything, or sometimes I'm just unemployed and I need it to make money. We've gone around the country and toured it and changed it. The only 2 songs from that original 2015 concert are Along the Way and Blame It on My Youth. So everything else has changed over the time. So we felt really secure with this set list. And when we knew Company was about to happen, we said it's time to record it.
Awesome. That's amazing. I love the album cover too, Along the Way. It's a nice New York. Oh, it looks very telling right now. You're kind of all alone in the middle of Central Park. Right? You didn't see that coming.
You know, some things just happen because you don't expect them to.
Yeah.
All the pictures taken by my great buddy, Ian Johnston. He's a great guy, also from the Bay. Everyone check him out.
So what are your, so let's talk about the song selection, because you kind of do a lot of different things. That's obviously a very classic Sondheim song we just heard, although you were, you know, while we were watching that video, I can see Caitlin. We can see each other, and we were both kind of rocking out. We were both kind of like, we were dancing, and you know, everybody says don't. It's not usually a song that I think of like to do that with. But
sure.
I mean, it's sort of it's a nice rock and roll spin on it.
I appreciate it.
And then you have some real classic rock and roll songs on there. So where did this is just like a real glimpse into your brain, these songs?
It's a glimpse into my theater nerd brain, definitely, as you and I have discussed many a time, that I'm definitely an unabashed nerd. And
you're a young man, but you have the brain of like a 60-year-old Broadway, like a real expert, like Stephen Sondheim or something. Like you're sort of like, you know your stuff, which I'm very impressed by that with you.
I appreciate. I don't know about that, but you know, I was the kid in high school that didn't have a ton of friends, and so I would go on Playbill Vault by myself and just do 6 degrees of separation by myself because I thought it was fun. So whatever that's turned into, I guess that's what this is. But the song selection, we wanted to tell, you know, we hopefully want the songs to be, to use your word, bops and things that you can bob your head to and enjoy listening to. But because this is based off a cabaret show, it's telling a narrative. We are telling the story of a not so fictional young man who is trying to chart his own path in the real world, in this very terrifying and unforgiving world. So all the songs were chosen at the end of the day because the lyrics of them were so character-driven and hyper-specific, and really spoke to me at some point in my life, and would also be somewhat noticeable to an audience, but not so noticeable that you, Paul, couldn't remove yourself from the original singer you imagined hearing that song from. Mm-hmm. If I was Along the Way by Pascal Paul is a fantastic song of theirs that I don't think is well known. I think many people know that song, but it's not as perhaps well known as now Dear Evan Hansen. And if you were going to cover
Pieces, right? It's from the first
Edges.
Pieces. Edges.
Same thing.
One's a classic and Paul show, one's a gay bar on Christopher Street. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. I want, and also, they wrote that show when they were at University of Michigan as musical theater majors.
Yeah, right.
So I think that was a connection there as well, but also simply just because the story of that song spoke to me, and it seemed like a nice launching point to begin the arc of the album, so to speak.
Right. Awesome. And so this is the journey of a young man, and you have had your own New York journey. Mm-hmm. How's that? How long have you actually been in the city now?
It's now been 5 years. I graduated spring of 2015.
Cool. And so Bronx Tale came pretty soon.
Yeah.
That's been really annoying for a lot of your classmates.
Hopefully not. I've had a lot of classmates that have had extraordinary success as well. I'm not alone in that by any means.
Yeah, it's a good school. Things happen. Things happen from there. And so let's talk about company a little bit. You guys were, we've had some of your co-stars already.
Yes.
We had Katrina Lenk. We had Matt Doyle on.
Amazing.
We may be saying hi to Patti LuPone soon.
I can't wait for Sunday, man. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah. You when you watch the Sondheim concert on Sunday, you're going to know all the lyrics and everything. You're that guy. Sure. But the show was going great. I mean, like, there was so much buzz. I was hearing amazing things, and then it just all kind of stopped. And then now you have this look, and you have the look for the show.
I was told to grow out a beard for the show. I was told to grow out a man bun, and so now I'm having more time to do so.
Right. And you play.
I play PJ, who used to be Marta.
How was PJ? Marta?
Yes.
How did they go from Marta to P? I mean, like, some of them are a little more like Amy to Jamie.
I understand. I don't know this for a fact, but what I've been told is that Sondheim used to have a boyfriend who was named PJ. Forgive me. Sorry. Sondheim used to have a.
Sorry. So you're named after a Sondheim ex-boyfriend?
I don't know that for a fact. Don't quote me on it, but that's what I have been told, and I have had the opportunity to ask him in person.
And I guess PJ had facial hair.
I think this PJ has facial hair, and I've never grown out facial hair in my entire life. This is a very new experience for me, and it's very odd, but I'm trying to grow into it.
Yeah, and you get obviously Company is like one of my favorite scores. And actually this Sunday is the 50th anniversary of the original Company opening.
That's right.
Alvin Theater. Which theater is that, Bobby?
The Alvin Theater is now, I don't know. Tell me.
It's Neil Simon.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you for the new tidbit of information.
So a lot of great songs in Company, obviously, and you get one of the great ones. I mean, you get one of those. Tell everyone what you get to sing in Company.
I get to sing Another 100 People, one of the most iconic Sondheim, let alone one of the most iconic New York City songs ever written.
And actually, it's the New York Times just did a whole article about like the current state of New York, and it was sort of like this big piece about how all things New York City has gone through over the years, including the current situation with COVID-19, and they quoted Another 100 People in the story.
Which lyric did they use?
It was about the battered
the rusty fountains and the dusty trees with the battered barks.
Battered bar. Yes. It was part of that, I think.
I can't wait to read it.
Just to show how iconic this song is, you know. Mm-hmm. It is really one of those classic New York, and it's also a song a lot of people are thinking about because, you know, yes, there are 100 people coming out of the train at one time.
That's right.
Too.
Yes.
And feet apart. So, you know, it's almost like a nostalgic thing. It's gonna be interesting to get back on the stage and and do this show, isn't it? Do you think about that?
Yeah. I think I think every song and every interpretation in our show is going to change with time. Katrina Lenk being alive is going to be a very different thing after this entire process. You know what I mean? But yes, there's no denying that another 100 people perhaps now has a bit more trepidation and a little more wariness. But that's not. And my job as an actor, though, is to not give into that too much, because the character of PJ, as described by George Firth, he calls himself the soul of New York. Right. He garners any energy that comes from this earth and puts it out into the city that he's in. So he has to live in a state of curiosity and awe and joy and wonderment. So I can't be judging throughout the entire song. But, you know, sure, the thought of going, and another 100 people just got off of the train, you know, maybe, but maybe that may be too much of a gimmick. So we'll figure it out whenever we have the opportunity to be back in the theater again.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Also, so where are you? What state are you in? You're nowhere near New York City.
I'm nowhere near New York City. I'm very lucky right now. I'm in Montana, of all places.
You're actually looking at ski slopes. Like, you're literally on a ski slope. Yes,
we have a big, we're a big extreme outdoor family. So we've come here since I was born. I'll turn 28 in the summer. So they've been here for 30 plus years, and we ski on a Big Sky Resort, which is now one of the biggest public ski resorts in the country.
Have you been getting out and doing outdoor activities during this time? Yeah, there's lots of hiking. You know, it's very odd. We'll go days without seeing a single person here. So it's very apocalyptic. You just see a whole there are hotels and everything that are just completely shut down. So there's lots of hiking and running into no ones for a bit. The snow's melting a bit right now, but before we were able to cross country ski. You know, we're very, very lucky to be able to sort of ride out all this hell here. Are there other hotels that are like the Shining Hotel now? They're like empty, like that with the ice and the snow. And all I'll say is, on a hike, we tried to walk up to the door and they were all locked. So we weren't gonna bust through and find out if the Shining was happening or not. Yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah. Let's bring Caitlin back in and see what the people online are asking.
Oh yes, there's so many questions. I just had one. Okay, so. Okay, Kelly Tran on Facebook wants to know, which song from your new album was your favorite to record?
Oh God, I should have come up with an answer for this. I've been asked it all day, and I love them all. I think and James will attest to this too. The hardest one to figure out the arrangement for was "How Deep Is the Ocean." I was originally inspired by that song because in college I was played a medley that Michael Feinstein had done of "How Deep Is the Ocean" and "Maybe It's Because I Love You Too Much," and it was just this phenomenal piano-only arrangement. And we know we couldn't do that because, you know, that's already been done before brilliantly by Michael. So we had to find a different way in. And James, after many a night and many a bourbon, we figured out we wanted to do a sort of Brahms string quartet. So it starts in a very classical setting. And it pays homage to the idea that Michael had of combining these two sets of lyrics, one of which is one of the most iconic love songs of all time, and one of which is not very well known by many people, but sets it in a world completely of its own. And I think we're really proud of just the work we've put into that and figuring out to crack its way in. Awesome.
Great. So Jamie on YouTube wants to know, what is your favorite memory from A Bronx Tale? Lots of love for A Bronx Tale right now. What's your favorite memory from doing that show and also working with Nick Cordero?
Yeah. I mean, of course, Nick is on the mind every day. I hope everyone that's watching in half an hour, if you can go online and find his song, Live Your Life, and just dance along and sing to it. And if you want to make a post and tag his wife, Amanda Klutz, she'd absolutely love it. She sees them all every day. It's a great source of love for her. She's a warrior woman going on going through everything that's been happening of late. But I'll give you a great Nick Cordero story. And I think I actually told this last time I was on Live at 5, but it was many years ago. The show is, of course, predicated on this act of gun violence where Sonny, Nick's character, shoots a man with a bat in the back twice. Right. And the premise is that there's been a car crash off stage and two people come out and are fighting over a parking space, one of which has a baseball bat and is pummeling the shit out of the other person. Nick takes his gun this one day at a show and goes to shoot it, and nothing happens. It's not a sound effect we have. It's a blanks in the gun. Nothing happens, but that's okay because we have a stagehand off stage who has a backup gun. He shoots his gun, nothing happens. I'm standing there as the narrator of the show trying to recall this as a memory. I can't do anything to this. So I'm sitting there gobsmacked wondering what Nick Cordero is going to do. And what he chooses to do like a champion is put the gun in the back of his pants, go over to the man with the bat, and Vulcan nerve pinch him to death. Literally 5 minutes later, a detective comes out and has to ask little Cordero saying, can you point out the guy who pulled the trigger? He had to change it to, can you point out the guy who broke his neck? And continue on with the show. One of the most iconic scenes in American film history was changed in an instant, but he knew it on the fly. There were no excuse made, and he is an extraordinary artist. But I think it's a testament to the amount of people that have surrounded him with love of late. Is a testament to the kind of human being he was. And we miss him every day, and he's gonna make it through this.
Yeah, we're all thinking of him, and there's obviously a GoFundMe. A lot of people have been donating.
That's right. If you're able to donate, there's a GoFundMe for him and his wife and his beautiful baby Elvis.
Yeah. If you're able to give, it'd be fantastic. We're all praying for you, Nick.
Yeah,
right.
I love that story. That's so fun. Okay, I think we can do one last question. And Zuri on Facebook wants to know, what was your audition for Company like?
Oh, I was originally in for Clay Elder's part, Andy, the naked flight attendant. And I went in, and I think what's incredible about Marianne Elliott, our director, is how she invites the actor into the creative process. So the audition was, I did my take, and then she asked me to explain and say, what are you thinking here? What do who do you think this guy is? And then we have a discussion. And then she gives you a note that's in tandem with the thought of line that you're already going down. Or she purposely says, I want you to go in the opposite direction. But it comes from a mutual collaboration of trying to figure out where we are. So I think she inherently chooses people who maybe don't have the idea right in the audition room of what the final take on the character will be, but she knows that she wants to be in a room with them creating something and knowing with time we're going to find something extraordinary. So I was in for that character that clearly didn't work, and I got a call with 24 hours of notice saying she wants to see you for PJ instead, learn another 100 people, learn this other scene. At the time, I was doing a reading with Beth Level of this 2-person play called Conversations with Mother, where she was playing my mom and I, her son. It was 9 vignettes where I aged from ages 8 to 50, and she aged from 40 to death. And it was the day before that presentation that I got this call. So I had to audition in the morning, then go finish rehearsal and do this play reading right afterwards, and learn that all the night before. So it was a little bit manic, but I think because I was able to come in with a clear instinctual idea and hopefully in a succinct way, eloquently state what my idea was, and because of Marianne's generosity and playfulness in the room, we found something amazing. And definitely what I did in that audition is not what I'm doing on stage. So it shows her open-mindedness and spirit to go, let's play now for 6 weeks and figure it out what it's going to be.
Actors really love working with her.
Yeah, any person you find her will, stand by her, undeniable.
Yeah.
Wow, that was the last one. We gotta go. It's 5:30. We can do one more.
You're like, what? I'm done.
We can do one more.
Please, I don't care. It's not like I have time for it.
Thank you so much, Bobby Conte Thornton. It's good to see you.
Thank you,
Enjoy the world
Thank you.
in the hotel, the creepy hotels, and we will see you hopefully back on Broadway soon.
That's right. Knock on wood. We will be back.
When that show is back, I'm there. I'm not waiting to see it this time. For the first chance to see Company, I'm in. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Everybody watch.
Stay healthy.
And Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another week of Live at 5 Home Edition, live on both Facebook and YouTube. You guys can follow us along where we get your podcast by searching for hashtag Live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Have a great weekend. Stay inside. Stay 6 feet away from people when you have to go outside, and wear a mask. And be sure to tune in next time we talk to Miguel Cervantes of Hamilton.